In this streamlined atomic age, how refreshing it is to take a sentimental journey into the past. All you need is one renovated steam engine, a few open-top carriages, and some of the loveliest Welsh mountain scenery. And you're back in the last century, travelling on the Tylwyth Railway, oldest surviving narrow-gauge railway in the world. Along the 7 miles of track from the seacoast at Tywyn to Abergynolwyn near the slopes of Cara Idris, anything can happen, and generally does. But Bill Faulkner, the volunteer driver, and George Walker, who acts as fireman in his spare time, take the bull by the horns, and it's plain sailing. A permanent staff of 8, assisted by half a dozen volunteers, deal with 30,000 passengers, only a small proportion local residents, during a 4-month summer season. But then everyone seems to lend a hand. Run on a non-profit basis by the Tylwyth Railway Preservation Society, the railway was constructed in 1865 primarily for slate traffic and opened for passenger service a year later. In 1946, when the slate quarries were finally closed, railway enthusiasts formed the society to keep the line operating. Time for tea, and just in time, for Edward Thomas is no youngster. Lying derelict until a member of the society reconditioned it at his own expense, a mere £750, it nevertheless gives fine service. It's different, mind you, and this is not the sort of thing you do on the Flying Scotsman, but on Puffing Edward Thomas, it's quite safe. Yet in winters, when the mountains have been snowbound, the trains go through where more modern transport fails. The railway may look quaint, but it has a character bred in the pioneer tradition.
Trains, miniature trains. What is it about them that stirs the schoolboy enthusiasm of many adults? And why should there be such polished affection for an engine whose very name sparkles with historical significance? We're at Stableford Park in Leicestershire, where the railway which runs around the centuries-old home of Lord Gretton has all the officialdom and timetable precision to fascinate the passengers. They come in thousands, because it's not often that a stately home can offer such a 20th century innovation to the young in heart. All aboard. Even British Railways may get a hint or two about modernisation from this example of private enterprise. Take that level crossing, for instance. It's automatically operated by an approaching train and controls the road traffic. If you look quickly, you'll just catch a glimpse of old Harry, the official train spotter. Actually, his real job is to look round the curve to make sure that it's all clear for full steam ahead. Lakeside Station is looming ahead, so have your embarkation cards ready. It's certainly not the end of the line as far as we're concerned, because the latest and most ingenious attraction at this stately home is an impressive model of the liner Northern Star, which paddles every trainload of passengers once round the lake. Lord Gretton must have made this island cruise on countless occasions, past the lighthouse which flashes out its warning message about the dangers of low branches and shallow water. A real picture postcard setting. But now just study.
The Canadian Pacific Railway is in Kent, a giant loco that's a memorial to a man and an age, the age of steam. This is where they live for steam with their very own Romney Hythe and Dymchurch Light Railway. No real giants here. This is the world's smallest public railway. There's plenty of loving care on the RH&D, but it's not just another back garden miniature railway. Holidaymakers throng to the Kent coast to sample the scenic appeal, but this is commuter land too, and in summertime it's an ideal way to go to work. The only difference is everything's scaled down to a third life size. The 15-inch gauge Romney Railway was the dream of Captain Howie, one of Britain's first motor racing aces. He built it in 1927, and it runs 14 miles across the marsh from Dungeness to the ancient sink port of Hythe. Although overshadowed by Big Brother, during the war, the German Air Force thought it was important enough to send their bombers on raid after raid to put it out of action. But their total toll was one engine derailed. Even with a 20-mile-an-hour limit, you fairly rattle along because at a third the size, that's equivalent to 80 miles an hour by British rail standards. Diesels come and diesels go, but here they hope steam goes on forever. Here on the Romney Marshes, the little railway is routine from Easter until September. The men who drive the engines work full-time. It's more than a hobby, and nearly 400,000 travellers pass along the track each season. Success that's worth getting steamed up about.
Yeah. Hello again. So yeah, you saw me complete a steam engine last stream. But why am I back? Well, actually, before I go, that last one you just saw, we actually saw much earlier in this stream series, with another documentary about that miniature railway gearing up for war and having a miniature armoured train, which was used to defend the coast. And yeah, the Nazis did try to get rid of it, and failed. That train outlasted them. And the line outlasted steam. But yeah, no, it was a railway that was conveniently along a stretch of coast that needed defending. So they armoured the shit out of it and used it to defend England against fascism. Well done. Anyway. There's something I've been meaning to do for a while, and this is the perfect time, I think. Oh, I need to add another game capture for this. Hold on. There we go. I didn't open up the game in advance because I didn't know if like how it would appear on screen, or if there was something I had to do, or if it started up instantly, like some games do. And I hate that. I hate when that happens. Anyway, here we are with the Steam Engine Simulator. Welcome to Steam Engine Simulator, a physically realistic simulation of a miniature steam engine. All engine sounds in this application application are procedurally generated using a physically based fluid simulation. Let's do it. Right, so we have this engine. Let's have a look at this. Right, the water inlet, drain closed. Drain open. No. We need water. Alright, we've got water. Temperature's not enough. We heat offset. No. Whistle. Oh, I got an achievement for using the whistle. Right, how do we get some heat going? That's how we get it going. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. This is a simulator. I mean, we could... Yeah, let's just run it fucking dry. Let's see what fucking happens. Reach 650 RPM. Run the engine for 1,000 revolutions. Yeah, okay. Fuck! Let's overfill the boiler! Let's fucking ruin it! Create a 15 NKC vacuum in the boiler. I created a vacuum! I have no idea what that does. Let's put the heat all the way over here, see what happens. Alright, yeah, got water coming in. Got the temperatures rising. Quite a lot, actually. God, this thing isn't easy to see. Let's make it bigger. Ah! Uh... Let's make it slightly bigger. There we go. Yeah, the wheel's got, you know, it's just spokes, so, you know, it connects to things. Alright, let's... fucking go! Right! Let's destroy the brake pads. Get it started. Increase this boiler pressure. More heat. I don't know. I don't know if it can explode. I hope so. And I'm just trying to fuck it up. A lot. Wait. Wait. What? that's a thing I can do. Throttle about 20%. Wait! Oh shit! Oh no! It's evil! I shouldn't have pressed A! This evil engine has, okay. Hmm. Okay. Let's get some water into the hell engine. Get boiling. Let's get the pressure up. Let's see if I can deform the boiler. See if I can cause a vacuum pressure to fuck it up. I'm gonna go get a drink while that happens. Let's get it going again. I want water. Let's completely overfill again and try this again. Boiler pressure's going up. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Oh, that sounds... Oh. Now, that should cause a vacuum. Why are these bones now? Oh yeah, evil engine, that's why. Alright, is there anything else I can fuck up? Now that I've made the train evil, and... Okay, I apologize. Okay. Alright, I managed to get us out of hell by apologizing. I typed sorry. And it forgave me. Which is nice, I suppose. I don't need to scroll out like that anymore. That doesn't make any sense. Oh. Okay, I found a message in the void. Let's see what we can do. I want to get evil again. We're back in hell mode. The train is evil again. Which is, it's good for us, I suppose, that the train is evil. Now. Where's the relief valve? I want it to not be a thing. Let's see how fast I can make this fucker. Right. Maximum heat. Brake at max. So we can hold the engine in place. Sounds like it's taking off! Am I flying? Away! no boiler pressure at all, which is a small problem. Let's turn down the water intake, turn up the water intake, turn it up a bit more. Let's get to 69% water intake. Yes! That seems to be stable. Now we let it run. But that wasn't purely why I was here. See, there's DLC. DLC recently, well, I don't know how recently, but it came about somewhat. at some point. So Steam Engine Simulator is free. But the DLC is not. This is paid, and I bought it because, my god, of course I wanted to. Steamtown needs your help. The town's mayor, Isambard, has hired you to operate the new steam engine and provide power to his growing municipality. Run the steam engine as efficiently as possible while managing the town's sometimes complex politics to grow Steamtown into a metropolis. Congratulations, there's a story mode. Oh my god, the video tutorial's like a YouTube video? Fuck! Shit! Wait, no, what? It's a... What? That's... no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It's a 20-minute video. Absolutely not. We're just gonna get into it. Check my mailbox. Spring 1-1. Welcome, traveler. Hello. Welcome to Steamtown. Choose what kind of experience you'll want and I'll adjust the universe for you. If you don't know what to choose, easy, normal, hard, expert. I believe in you. Have fun. With gratitude, Angie. I don't know what I'm doing. So easy. Task completed. Oh, new letter. Welcome to Steamtown. Dear Mr. Engineer, you're a sight for sore eyes. Our new steam engine has been waiting for a skilled operator like yourself, especially after what the last guy did to it. I put some money in this envelope which will help get you started. I'll send you more instructions soon. Take a look around and get settled in. With warm regards, Isambard. Claim $15,000. Dear sorry about the mess. Dear Mr. Engineer, our last operator ruined our infrastructure. You'll need to buy a boiler structure repair in the marketplace. The city's power lines also need to be repaired. Warm regards, Isambard. That needs repairing, and... the city's power lines also need to be repaired. Well, I'm not sure that's something... pause. It's also something I need to... I can do myself. Replace damaged power line cables. Some of these controls can't be adjusted well. Ah. Alright, we've replaced the cables. What are your qualifications? Dear Mr. Engineer, do you want some training? I'm told operating this steam engine is not easy. My friend, Old Man Savory, is a local legend and knows his way around any machine. He'd be more than happy to help you out, at least to get you started. Warm regards, Isambard. Accept. Let's fill the boiler to 40 cc. This engine is a peculiar unit. I'd bet my boots it ain't nothing but some kind of toy. Anyhow, open the water valve to start letting water in. Use the whistle to let the tank breathe while filling and emptying it. Okay. Alright, let's get the, this is the same. Alright, we filled the boiler. Valve closed. Pressure released. Let's drain the boiler using the steam engine. Open the drain valve, set the reverser to full reverse, open the throttle, then spin the engine forwards to pump water out of the boiler. If the boiler is pressurized, open the drain and the steam will do most of the work. Right, reverser to... full reverse, and then spin the engine forwards. Oh, open the throttle. There we go. Boiler drained. Okay, new message. Training, heat. Dear Mr. Engineer, raise the heat level to 100% to get the boiler up to the operating temperature. Once we get to 100°C, I'll take over. I suppose I haven't introduced myself yet. I've lived in Lakeville alone, since, about 70 years ago. It's a nice little town. Warm regards, Mr. Savory. Right. Heat to 100. Dear Mr. Engineer, this is a chaotic job. To take a break, press the button next to the clock. You can use this to read letters, check your instruments, or just rest. I promise, it'll be as time it actually stopped. Try it. It has, yeah. Oh, letter. Let's get moving. Mr. Engineer, use the starter motor to spin the engine counterclockwise to get us started. I'll take care of the other controls for now. We're going to idle around 60 RPM until we gauge the transmission. Esteemed Mr. Engineer, keep the left stick splitter at D for now. Oh, this. On the right, so alright, we've got a transmission. Right, the right stick started gear 1. Wait for the generator to stop accelerating, then go to 2, repeat till you get to 6th. This configuration on right and left stick is gear 21. Keep it there for now. Up to 4th gear. Right, the generator's going fucking mental. Look at that. The power is finally back. Dear Mr. Engineer, I've been in the dark for weeks and I was running out of candles. These days are behind us now, right? With warm regards, Isambard. Remember, use slow engine speeds for higher efficiency and fast engine speeds for higher power. If your reverser is at 100%, but you're still losing generator speed, you might need to downshift. If downshifting doesn't work, you might need more boiler pressure. Your understanding will improve with experience. I'm giving you control of the reverser. Use it to keep the generator around 600 RPM. You'll need to readjust the reverser frequently as the load changes. Higher values will cause the engine to produce more torque and speed up. Remember, keep the reverser as close to neutral as possible for heat efficiency. We have a power outage. Yes. We've got power! Dear Mr. Engineer, keep the generator between 500 and 700 RPM so we don't have an outage. If you can keep this city powered consistently, I'll give you control of the rest of the engine. Remember, only very small adjustments are needed to keep the system balanced. Don't overcorrect and you'll be fine. Keep the water level around 10 cc for now. Keep the inlet flow rate and overall water level as consistent as possible. Remember, a source cannot pump water into the boiler if the boiler is at a higher pressure. Our current pump can only do 50 psi. How much have we got? How much water have we got? Yeah, that's about right. We're making money. We're getting out of the hole. God, we're finally making money. Affordability, reliability, popularity, migration. Huh. Water levels are still about right. Boiler pressure's good. Need to slightly reduce the water intake, I think. I don't have access to the heat offset. Ah, we got a letter. Take over the burner. Adjust the heat control to keep a consistent boiler pressure. Higher pressure is better for efficiency, but not always. Until our population starts growing, 30 psi is enough. If steam is coming out of the PRV or the fuel expenses are higher than income, this is probably too high. A little more than that. Can we stabilize a bit? Tiny little adjustments. Okay. That's good. Now, congratulations on completing your training. Mr. Savory tells me you're an excellent pupil. Time for your first big test. Let's see if we can keep the lights on for 24 consecutive hours. I've already failed. Okay, that should be more stable. But we have a power outage, so that's not good. What have we got? Tiny adjustment to the water level. Need more boiler pressure. best to run the engine with the throttle fully open. You're the expert though, I'm just giving friendly advice. The transmission splitter chooses gear ratios that are between the main ratios. Gear ratios rise sequentially following this pattern: D1, S1, S2, S3, S11, S21, S31, D2, S12, S22, etc. The splitter can be used to find the engine speed that gives the highest power. Use the FRV to keep our boiler pressure at a safe level. Do not exceed the red needle or the boiler will explode. Use the brake to slow the engine down or stop it for repairs. I've done well. I think you can trust to not blow us up, right? I can blow us up. I can explode us. You did it. We're operational. Let's say there's finances order. Send you some of my friends. Use less fuel. It will offset the money. We are losing money and everyone hates us. People are moving away because we're running out of power. Fantastic. Pay off all debt. Well, I need to make money first, which I am not doing. still accelerating. Gotta wait till it stops doing that. Wow, I fucked this up massively. Oh, there's only one thing to do. Let's kill ourselves. Yeah, blew the boiler. Well done, son, you done blew up the boiler. Although he's only this time because you're just learning, but let's not clean this shop this way again, please. Then let's get this fixed and hope Sam doesn't find out. I thought the last fellow was bad, but at least the boiler survived more than a few hours of his care. I'm sorry, that wasn't very nice of me. I know you're new around here and it's just metal. It can be fixed. Well, I failed miserably at running an entire engine by myself, which wasn't what happened in life either. But we got it to blow up, which is lovely. Well, I think that's what I got for you today. That's what I got for you. But there is one thing left. This was kind of just like a little epilogue to the Steam engine building thing. It wasn't going to be big because I knew this game wasn't large and it wouldn't. And yeah, I fucked up massively there. But hey, I'm no good at that. Whatever. What I can do for you is so it's all been a bit gloomy that Steam go away. Well, not quite.
The Canadian Pacific Railway.
They said it was impossible. A brand new steam engine on the main line. Tornado is creating a storm wherever it goes. A new star on Britain's railway network.
I'm still pinching myself. I still can't actually believe that if I was to go up to Darlington now, Tornado wouldn't actually be sat in the shed, almost finished but not quite.
But this dream is very real.
The steam locomotive is the nearest thing that man has ever created that is towards life. The East Coast Main Line has a long history of powerful, fast express passenger locomotives. Each one of them has been preserved. The Peppercorn A1 is the missing one. And a group of people decided that link should be renewed. And so hence the project to build a new Peppercorn A1.
Over 18 years, consuming 175,000 man-hours, and at a cost of more than £3 million, the 50th member of the A1 class took shape in a specially equipped workshop in Darlington.
There we go. Yes!
Magic.
The triumphant second coming for steam was honoured with a royal naming.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I would like to declare that this engine is named Tornado, and may God bless all who are lucky enough to locomote behind her.
Together, we've made history. There's still time to be part of the success. Support the trust now and ensure Tornado continues to turn heads and tumble records. The legend continues. With your help, we can plan even more thrilling railway adventures.
It was the perfect day for romance to return to the railways. For the first time in 5 decades, the sights and sounds of steam on a schedule. Thousands of passengers packed onto the platforms of this rural line, hoping for a ticket to another era.
We all love steam trains, don't we, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We used to stay at home, we're miserable, but we're travelling on this one today.
30 years on the railway, you do many jobs, and this is the icing on the cake in a lot of respects.
The Settle and Carlisle line, an endurance test for engines and engine men alike.
They were following in the tracks of Britain's last steam passenger service that ran across this viaduct in 1968. Its return marks the reopening of the line a year after landslides closed it. The locomotive is historic too. Tornado is the first to be built in Britain since the 60s. But while the steam may be from a different time on this line this week, it's the norm, with 4 more scheduled services over the next 2 days.
This is the Northern Rail service from Skipton to Appleby.
Passengers paid £17 return, the standard fare, but for a very special ride.
A fantastic opportunity. We booked as soon as we knew about it.
It brings back the memories of the steam trains when you could be working in the fields and set your clock to the train times.
It's just how different they are compared to what we have nowadays.
Whether something new or nostalgic, this was a journey back to a golden age of travel. Ben Chapman, ITV News, Skipton.
Ah, well. And it isn't the last. There are other engines in production. All specially made to work with modern railway systems, yet still be steam engines. And not just on a little heritage railway out there, pulling real passenger trains. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. Like, because so many forms of power generation are just make water hot push thing. It's just the way of making water hot that changes, really. Renewables are different, though. They've got their own bag, but we can't power a train with waves. They're not on the sea. Somebody tried to do turbine steam trains, so they didn't turbine engines, but it didn't really work that well. They kept cutting people in half. Yeah, propeller, not so good. I'm thinking of a different thing. It was a propeller engine, so it's like it wasn't powered by wind. It propelled itself with wind. It was a terrible idea. Anyway, we're going to go. I finished the steam engine saga. It's done. I know where we're going. We're going to see Squid Punk. They're playing Phantasmagoria 2. I might join them. Here's red message, don't let BSK run a power station. You'll probably need other emotes than those ones, because I think one of them's a bits one. The other one's a sub one. So, alright, we're off.